Well, hello there. Welcome to Garage Time TV. I am Marshall, and today we are finally getting some more work done. It has been probably a couple of months since we've had a new video come out, but we're going to be jumping back into the garage. We've got project updates. We're going to work on our garage a little bit to insulate it because the summer heat is kicking our tail. Some other stuff we're going to be doing as well. I'm going to show you what we've been doing with our project updates. First of all, you can see the cab is primed in the background. Our doors are done, our fenders are done, front and rear. We've got some small trim pieces that are already primed and ready to go. The cab has been a big undertaking, so I'll kind of walk you through that. We're going to work on insulating our garage door today, and just some other stuff that's kind of been going on. We've had some crazy storms here. About a month ago, we had a windstorm blew us without power for about a week. Then we just got through the hurricane that came through. We lost power for a few days as well, and so we've got a generator in here as well. So all sorts of crazy stuff going on, and we are finally able to get the ball rolling to where we can start making videos again. But we have surpassed over the 3,250 subscriber mark. Huge thank you for all of you that have continued to subscribe to the channel and watch the videos and liking them and sharing them and commenting. That's all super helpful for the growth of the channel. So thank you for continuing to do that, even though no content has really come out for the past couple months. So I'm really excited to get back in the garage and start getting our hands dirty again to keep working on this 52 GMC project. So we're gonna go through some updates, stuff like that. But first things first, let me show you where we're at on the truck and what we've done on the cab. All right, so don't mind all the mess. Lots of stuff going on here. Move this out of the way. But we are finally moving on to, we got some small detail stuff to fix here on the cab, but the whole cab is primered. We had filled in this hole that had the big gap for like an antenna or something. We got that filled in. Small stuff here. This whole piece, you may have remembered, was completely caved in. Like the door had hyperextended and bent it. Is this perfect? No. I mean, I've got runs in the primer here, but when we sand it, that'll make a big difference. Some little stuff here. I didn't really repair all that. It'll be underneath the engine anyway, the hood, I mean. We went through here. We still got some repair to do here on the bottom in our battery cover, but we have some floors in here. Now, are the floors perfect? No, but they are tacked in here. There is sealant as well on those joints. Still have some small stuff to do there. On the side, I've got those screws I got to pull out. Still got some more over there in that corner, but it's all primed. The back wall here's all primed. Started working on the dash, so it's really starting to smooth out from all that pitting. So it's starting to clean up, getting better. Haven't really done a whole lot on the door jambs. The back side here is all taken care of. You may have remembered that we had a huge dent here as well. That's pretty well taken care of. And a couple other small dents in the back here. Again, it's not super perfect. Got a little low spot here, but it's all gonna get red Scotch brighted and painted the way it is. I didn't really do much on the roof either, so there is some small pitting that you can probably still see there in the light, but not super worried about it. Again, this truck is going to be driven and enjoyed, and it's just good to have a good solid base. Don't mind all the chaos here. We've got our front grill part out as well for the fresh air to get sucked into the cab. That's out. Just all good and primered, taken care of. Just a final few pieces to work on, and then wrap up the dash as well. Again, all this is all going to be covered. We're just trying to get the ball rolling and moving on this. It's not going to be absolutely perfect. All we have left is a door. This is the passenger door, and then we have some of the truck bed side. It's all broken down, and we have fresh metal for that in the box that's next to it. See, we've still got our frame all taken care of. This has got new, right there. These are our new crossbars for our bed. So all of those were completely rotten, the ones that went across the bed. But these still need to get taken care of. I mean, this is going to be another huge undertaking. And luckily this can really just take some time because we don't need to put the bed immediately back on the frame. You can see these are done too. That can wait because we can do all of this other stuff. We can do electrical, we can do the engine, we can do transmission, brakes. We can do all that with the bed off. Super easy to work on everything when it's been off. So it's not a huge rush for us to get that done. We do have a little bit better conditioned bed here, tailgate, than the one that we had originally, so that's a good starting part for us there as well. And then we got our front of the bed, right, that goes up against the back of the cab there. Got a little patch on that. Get that cleaned up, a little bit of body filler on there. We're going to be using that Reflectix material. I've got a huge roll of it. We're going to use that to insulate the garage door today. That's really what the main focus is going to be. But that's kind of what's going on with the truck. So one thing you may notice is that none of the other cars are here. The bus isn't here, and the X19 is not here because I have those off-site being stored, so they're not sitting out here in the weather. But the bus and the X19 are actually listed for sale online. I'll put in the description price and availability. They are for sale. I'll try and put a link for them if they're still available, so you guys can get to that link. If you're interested in buying them, you can message me through Facebook there, and they are for sale, so make sure you guys check those out. We're selling some projects. We need to create some room here because obviously we don't have anything here. But the other thing is we have another car. We've already gotten another one. I know, I said I was going to finish this before we got another one, but this one was too good to pass up, and so that's going to be coming in a future video. So we've really got to start thinning out the herd. So again, the bus, the Subaru swap that we did on the bus, that one is for sale, and the X09, we just did that huge cam upgrade from VICK, so that is also for sale. So make sure you guys are checking out those links in the description if you guys are interested in that. So I think now we can finish talking, start working on the insulation of this garage door. Alright, so our main task today is to insulate this door. And what I want to do is use some of this leftover Reflectix roll. This is what we used on the bus to help insulate it, along with that sheep wool. I think I may have some of that too. That may be a good idea to put in the door as well. But what I want to do is measure each of these panels, and we'll cut this to fit it. But the whole key is to leave a small gap. So you need like 21, have it all the way by 51, which is kind of a funky shape. But what I want to do is start at the top and work our way down. That way we block out these windows. That's something I've been kind of wanting to do for a long time. Not just spray them, because if we ever leave, that's going to be kind of hard as a selling point. But what I want to do is use this, cut these into those squares, and insulate it. The sun does beat on this door really, really hard. In the afternoon, even standing this far away, you can feel the heat radiating off of it. So what I think I want to do is we're going to open the door here. We'll measure out how much we've got and see how far we can go. But I'd really like to just start here and come down and worry about the very bottom last. That's where a lot of the moisture and stuff like that is, so I'm not super worried about getting that one done. But definitely these top 3s where I'm here standing, that way it's not just so aggressive with that afternoon heat. So let's open this door, let's roll this thing out, see how much we have, if we even have enough to even do one maybe. We'll see, but let's get to measuring. Alright, so let's measure how much we got here. We've got 117 by 47 basically. So we have a 51-inch, hold on, gotta do math. So if we've got a 51 wide, 117, we can cover 2 panels. We've cut it in half, which is basically 21. Take 47 divided by 2, gives us like 23 and a half, so there's plenty. So this one piece should be able to do, if we cut it down the middle and then into 4 sections, should be able to do the top of the garage door, if my math is right, which I think it is. And we'll have to measure that other piece because we definitely do not have enough to do all of it. But this is a good test run because I can run up to the store and get the stuff. I mean, it's relatively cheap for a big roll of this, and I don't really have to like glue it in. I have some HVAC like aluminum style tape, so if we need to really put it on the top and bottom just to kind of help hold it in place, we will. But I think what I want to do is put some headphones in. We'll cut this into the shapes that we need. We'll mark it with a Sharpie, and then we'll start putting them in. But yeah, I think we'll be okay. At least it'll get us started for the day, because then we can run to the store later when traffic dies down, because that'd be good. Okay, so we've got our first our first quarter installed, and it's already significantly darker in here, but that's to be expected when you block out all the windows. But what you notice is that they're not super tight on there, especially like this, where there's a gap. It's in that gap is when you have ultimate insulation, like the best way for it to work. So you've got to have that air gap for the insulation to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go pick up some more, because just that one part, just the top, and the other piece we have is not going to be enough to do another layer. So what we'll do is go pick up some more. Got a few errands to run today, so it might be later today that we come back to this, but we are going to finish this. Since the glass is all covered, we may invest in, I'm going to have to look at my stash. I've got some insulation from the bus, the sheep wool that my friend Kevin gave me, and I might use that in here as like a layer of it and then tuck it with this, and we'll kind of see how it does. We could do a test, you know, later today when the sun comes around, is we could do one that has the sheep wool and the Reflectix, have one that's just the Reflectix and then uninsulated at the very bottom, and see what the difference looks like. That'd be a pretty cool test, and we'll have to see if we can do that. I'm sure we can, but I also don't know if we're going to have enough of the sheep wool to insulate the whole thing. Obviously we won't be able to do that on the top because of the glass, but we should be able to do it for the rest of them. It's nice to have that sheep wool because it's mold resistant, mildew resistant, it's water resistant, so it doesn't hold moisture or anything like that, and so it's really good in situations like this. And the Reflectix tucks in there really good with the measurements we did, even a little bit of extra, and so that extra tension on the edges should help hold that in. The real question is how it does when it opens. Just see if it stays in place. Looks like it does just fine. Yeah, nothing moved, so it's all good up there. Nothing's hanging down like crazy. The sheep wool may be a little heavy, and so it may sag down when we have the door open. But even in the winter, this would be nice to have insulated. Much better. So let's take a look from the outside. Yeah, doesn't look bad. Nice and even. Nothing crazy. Well, it's just not all blacked out. A little bit of overlap there, but it's all right. So we'll see how this one goes. We've got a lot of errands to run today, so we'll pick up some more of that as we do those things, and come back later today and see if we can do our test as the sun makes its way. You can already see it's starting to work this way, so the sun will creep around and really start hitting this door later. So we'll let time do its thing. We'll come back and finish up our Reflectix with wool, just the Reflectix, and then nothing, and we have our temperature gun, and we'll do a test.
Many hours later.
So we've got it all put up here. We've got the very bottom, does not have any of the Reflectix material. This second from the bottom row is going to be just Reflectix. This has the Reflectix and the sheep wool lining, and then this is just Reflectix with a bubble gap in there. That's where our windows are. I have a thermal gun here, so on the bottom, sitting at 90 degrees. In the middle here, with the sheep wool, we're at 94. At the top, we're at 100. So what I think I need to do is, because I just barely put this in, it's going to take some time for it to actually do the insulation stuff that insulation does. So it's going to take some time. I've got it all tucked in there. I actually may wait until tomorrow, like midday-ish, maybe before I go to work in the morning, and see what it looks like on the inside and out. It's definitely cooler outside than it is in here, but that's what happens when you work in an enclosed building. So when I open this door, it actually will get significantly cooler. So we're going to let this sit, and we'll see what it looks like tomorrow or the next day when I can actually get here in like the middle of the day for peak time. So we'll keep our gun handy. We're going to put it up for now, and we're going to see what this starts reading for us on a little bit hotter day. It's not too bad, so we'll see what it turns out to be. Hey guys, I want to take a quick second from today's video and talk about our sponsor for this episode, Uibi Tire Inflators. This thing will inflate your tires, basketballs, soccer balls, things like that. It comes with all the attachments to do that. It's completely rechargeable, so you can keep it in your car. You can set PSI ratings for a car. You can change the settings for motorcycle tires. You can go to bicycle tires, and you can go to sport balls as well. Not only does it inflate your tires and different sporting equipment, it comes with all the attachments as well. It also has a charging point for USB-C and USB. It also even comes with a built-in light. so you can see at night. If you're like me, one thing that drives me absolutely insane is flat tires. Well, what we have here on our GMC frame is a flat tire, and rolling this thing in and out on a flat makes it so much harder to move. And I don't really want to lug the massive air hose across the entire garage, put the attachment on, wait for it to build up air pressure so I can fill it in. So what I do is just grab this out from underneath my seat in the car, and I can set the tire pressure. So this is a pretty old tire, so I'm going to set it to, let's just say 25, let's say 27. We're just going to go with 27 PSI. We're going to come to our tire, and we're going to start inflating it. Once we have our tire pressure set on our device, we're just going to plug in our there, and hit go. Let it do its thing. All right, just like that, it's fully inflated. Pull that off, and let's actually check and verify the accuracy. And just like that, right at just about 27 PSI, nice and filled up, ready to go. Not only do I like it just for its ease of use, it just takes care of stuff. You don't have to lug around a crazy hose when you're around the shop. It's good to keep under your seat, in your glove box, in your center console, whatever it is. It even comes with a nice carrying case for all of it, so you can keep it all together so you don't lose anything. It was much easier just to plug this in and let it air up the tire for me and not have to lug around that hose. The best part is we charged up that entire tire from 0 PSI up to 27, and we still have a full charge. So this thing lasts a very long time, very, very good. It's nice and solid. It feels heavy. It doesn't feel cheap. I really enjoy this product, and I like having it and the peace of mind keeping it with me whenever I'm driving whatever project that is, whether it's the bus, the X19, the other new secret project coming up. I like to have this in there, so I've got one per car. Highly, highly recommended. Anyway, Uibi air compressor, mobile air compressor, highly recommended. Make sure you guys pick yourself up one. There's a link down in the description for you guys to know exactly which one to get. But enough of all that, let's get back to the video.
Several days later.
Alright, so it's been about 2 days since that last clip. Got thermal gun, you can see our insulation still in there. It's shaded on the door, but the sun is slowly creeping in. So as of right now, it says we're about 104 degrees on the door. Let's look over here. About 100 degrees. Let's check over here. 106. So let's go inside and see how we did. So now that we're on the inside, we'll see we're at 87 in the middle here. Very bottom, about 94. This one has the sheet bowl and the Reflectix. 94, 95. So really no difference, which is interesting. And up here where the glass is, 95. So it seems like our best bet is here with just putting it up against the door. 93, 93, 92, 93. About 90, 100. So where the glass is naturally going to be hotter. So inside the garage, I've got a little thermostat here. Right at about 100 degrees. It's only about 91 outside today, but it does feel more tolerable in here, maybe because there's no sunlight beaming in here as well. So, does this really make somewhat of a difference? I mean, kind of. I'll probably go back and just insulate it like this, all the way up, rather than having this big bubble, because I don't think the bubble needs to be that big, but it does help a little bit, I guess. We haven't really checked down this side, but it's going to be pretty similar, I'm sure. And we don't have anything on the bottom, so we probably should make it all nice and tight, pull the sheet bowl out, and just tuck it in nice and neat. And that'll probably make it somewhat more bearable, at least. It's a good 20-degree difference, 15-degree difference. Alright, well, I think that's going to be the end of this episode. Not a whole lot of exciting new content. We are insulating the garage, so it's making a nice difference for when it comes to these super hot days. We're almost to the hottest part of the summer, so it's going to be nicer inside the garage. So it's not so hot, a lot easier to cool it down. But we have lots of stuff still coming up for our GMC project. We need to get parts, so I want to do some stuff before we put the cab back on it. The cab is almost ready to get back on the frame, but I want to do a little bit more of the framework. We need to get some suspension parts. I want to work on that while the cab is off. I want to get a new master cylinder, a dual reservoir, master cylinder. I know there's some brake lines we need to redo, and we need all those parts to make that happen. So in order to make that happen, that's why we have our 74 Volkswagen bus, the super soft one we did. We have that one for sale, and the X19 is for sale as well. I'll put a price and availability in the description if you're interested for that. You can send me an email also, garagetimetv@gmail.com, and you can send me an email there and we can kind of talk about it there. But again, pricing and availability for those down in the description. We've got to thin the herd a little bit to keep building up the new stuff. I've been keeping too many. I know, it's a struggle, what can I say? But you can also visit us on our merchandise website. I have a link for that down in the description as well. There'll also be one at the end of this video for you guys to go check it out. Get yourself a shirt, a hat, or whatever. It all helps getting parts for the project as we continue to work on this one. Again, sneak peek, heads up, we do have another car that's coming in. It's not here physically, but it is coming in. I think you guys are gonna really like it. It's American, and that's all I'm gonna tell you. It's an American car, so be on the lookout for that coming up as we get more rolling again, stuff starting to get back in a normal pattern. We should start seeing more content coming out. I just wanted to give you guys an update about what's going on with the truck project, with where the other projects are, what's going on. Insulating the garage is something that needed to happen as well. So I just want to keep you guys in the loop. We haven't died out, the channel's still here. So make sure you guys continue to keep subscribing, liking, and commenting on the videos. I really, really appreciate that. Again, over 3,200 subscribers so far. Continue to grow even with this gap in content. So thank you so much for doing that and supporting the channel. I think that's gonna do it. And until next time, we'll see you.